You know, I absolutely love being from New York because look at this beautiful view in like a random neighborhood, bro. This is literally, someone lives there, bro. Somebody's probably watching this living here in my car. But yeah, guys, I love living in New York because of stuff like this, right? It's a dog. Hey, guys. I'm really surprised how, not really, I mean, good, I guess you could say. Because I look like, I'm not too dark. If it was my iPhone camera, I'd look mad dark just because of how the cameras are. I really like that though. Okay, I want to get to the point. I don't know what I'm titling this video, but you clearly, damn, my hairline is receding. You can clearly see that it's some, oh my gosh. You can clearly see that it has something to do with the concept of pride, ego, humility. Is the volume too loud? I don't even know if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna put it a little lower though. Okay, I adjusted it a little bit. I still want you guys to hear it though. I think that should be good. It's probably the same as it was before. But anyways, what I want to talk about is the concept of pride, ego, and all that stuff. Because I know a lot about that. Not because I studied it, because I was an arrogant, egotistical guy. And yesterday I was reading some Proverbs from the Bible. You should check out the Bible. And in Proverbs 29, verse 23, it says, "Pride ends in humiliation, while humility brings honor." Let me show you guys. I underlined it. Freaking load, man. You can, okay, look, it's on the top left. I underlined it. I don't know. I think this is in verse. I don't know. So yeah, let's reread it. Pride ends in humiliation, while humility brings honor. So, and I want to bring up with this that is beyond true. And I'm going to try to use a few examples. I said try, okay? I'm going to try to use a few examples because I was very egotistic, you know, a while ago. And for absolutely no reason, I'm literally just a regular guy from New York. But I had such a big ego about myself. You know, I never thought I was wrong. I never thought anyone knew better than me. I always thought I was the best. I always thought I knew everything. I never listened to anybody, right? And I would a lot of the times feel, like, I'm gonna give an example. This is a pretty weird example, but it's with my family. I don't know if my family's watching this. If you guys are watching, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. They would try to tell me something that I should fix, like anything, whether it be about my hair, my outfit, anything. They'd be like, hey, you're doing it the wrong way, or like, hey, you're not doing this. And me, with my huge ego, my huge pride, I'd get super mad. I'd be like, stop telling me, like you don't know what you're talking about, stop telling me what to do. And how would it end? I look stupid, because I don't care how good you think you are, I don't care how much better you think you are than everybody. You look stupid when you get all defensive because you think you're better than everybody, because you're not. And one thing that I've learned is to always listen more than you speak. That sounds like one of those corny quotes, but it's like so true though. Because the more you speak, the more you're displaying, like, you're just output. If you want to take it like, I don't know how to explain it properly. I gotta get better at explaining things. But it's just output, right? And you're not inputting anything. You're not taking in anything. You're just taking things out. And eventually you're gonna be left with nothing. So if you're not learning anything, if you're not listening, you know, if you're having a conversation with someone and you're always just spewing things out and you're never letting them a chance to speak about anything, then how are you ever gonna know a different point of view? How are you ever gonna know anything else? You're not giving them a chance to speak. You need to let them speak. Funny enough, how I used to be a soccer YouTube channel, I could bring up a soccer example from that too. Pride ends in humiliation, while humility brings honor. I could use a soccer example. See, I'm crossing paths right now. Messi and Ronaldo, funny enough. We all know Ronaldo's a very prideful guy, very arrogant guy. And where did that end him up? He's now 40 years old, playing in Asia. Nobody takes him serious. Everybody sees him as not everybody, but a lot of people see him as a joke now, and that's sad. You know, Messi was a very humble guy throughout his whole career. Very humble, never spoke like that, never was arrogant. He always let his actions do the talking. And a lot of people respect him for that. And now he's having the happy ending to his career. You know, Ronaldo's having the complete opposite. And like I said, that's just a soccer example. There's so many other examples like that. Being egotistical, thinking you know it all, thinking that you're all that you're all macho man, you're all macho whatever, I don't know, whatever it is. It won't get you anywhere. Because one, you're never gonna learn anything because you're too hard-headed to listen to what anybody else has to say. Two, you're not gonna bring God in your life. Okay? Because I was like that. You think you know it all, you think you have all this, you think you could do whatever you want whenever you want to. You can't do it. You can't do it all by yourself. I don't care what anybody tells you. You're always gonna feel a little empty, you're always gonna feel a little sad. Because you can't do it by yourself. And when you essentially don't want to do it with God, you're essentially saying, I can't do it by myself. I don't need you, God. I don't need you. You're essentially saying that. You don't want to be saying that. Because that's the worst position you want to be in. Because at the core of it, everything we do have, our person, everything we do have, that flash was crazy. Everything we do have at the core of it, we get it from God. Our gifts, do you think you were naturally born with the ability to talk to other people? No, you got it from God. You think you were naturally born with the ability to be funny? No, you got it from God. You think you were naturally born with all that? No, everything that you have that you think is good, that other people compliment you about, the things that other people see good in you, You got it from God. It was a gift, whether you were naturally born with it or He implemented it into your life. So who are you to think that you're better than everybody in the sense that you don't need anybody? Because you're always going to need some sort of help. And it's more honorable to ask for help when you need it than to try to do everything by yourself. You know, I was very egotistical and it ruined one of my relationships. It was so horrible. I really thought I was so much better than everybody. I thought I was so much better than literally everybody, bro. And it sent me down such a bad path. I had such a bad attitude. I had such a bad character. And it's something that I really wish nobody would go through, because I went through it. And it makes you feel good. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a lot of the reason why people like it. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel powerful, because I know. Damn, it's getting hot. So yeah, like I was saying, like, it'll make you feel good. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's the worst. It'll make you happy. You know, it'll make you truly think you're better than everybody. You'll gaslight yourself into thinking so. But it'll end in humiliation. For you, for those around you, it'll just, you'll look like a fool. You'll look like the biggest fool ever. And deep down, when you do have that big ego and you show it, people probably do see you as a fool. No one just tells you anything. That's what my assumption is. Because I know people who are like that, who have a big ego, and I'll never say it to them because, like I said, they have a big ego. And deep down, I kind of feel bad for them because they never think they're wrong. They always think they're right. And it's very sad because they just refuse to listen to anybody. And I was like that. So you can definitely change. But who can change you? Not some guy on the internet, not me, never me. I'm still working to it too. But Jesus can. And you might be like, oh, you're one of those Jesus guys. Yeah, I am. Because He could fix you. I'm telling you straight up. You'll never find anybody else who can help you just as much as He can in any aspect of life. I'm on a roll now. I'm cooking. I'm getting hot though. Am I sweating? No. Overall, what I would say is ego. Ego is 100% the enemy. I've experienced it firsthand. It's not good. It's not good at all. I'd very much rather be humble. And you may not like being humble. It's gonna suck. You're gonna feel stupid. You're gonna feel weird. You're gonna feel left out. I've been there. But overall, it just creates a better name for yourself. And you feel better about yourself as well sometimes. But like I said, sometimes. You're not all the time gonna want to be humble. You're gonna want to take the credit. I'm still learning from that. Boy, I'm still learning. I'm 20 years old. I'm experiencing things as life goes on. But what I've learned is that being humble, you don't always want to be humble. Sometimes you want to take the credit. And sometimes you could, it's okay, but never forget where you got your gifts from. Never forget where you got your ability and your passion from. Upstairs. That flash is crazy, gang. Damn. My boy zooming in the Acura. But, like I said, ego is the enemy. It'll ruin your relationships. It'll ruin you. It'll ruin who you were. There's one thing that I made up in my head is that there's always someone who knows more than you. So, don't ever not listen to someone just because they're not in a position that you are. Because something that I know, you don't know, and something that you know, I don't know, and something that your friend who you think is an idiot knows that you don't know that can help you. So always be willing to listen to everybody. Treat everybody like they're equal, and I spoke about this in my last video, well, 2 videos ago. Treat everybody like they were Christ, like they were equal. Never see anybody as lower than yourself, because you could always learn something from them, okay? I think these cars keep cutting me off. I hope you guys caught that, but you get my point. Ego is the enemy. Be humble. Jesus was humble, so what makes you think you can be humble? I see you, family.